I used to get out of my house. I used to plan adventures and go on road trips and go hiking and experience new things and meet new people and have stories. And now I do homework and live in the library and travel to and from class. And that's my life, and it's depressing. So I'm going to change that. I live on 64 acres, and I'm only living in this house on this land until May, so I need to get on it. On these 64 acres, there's a small lake, there are endless hiking trails, and there are things that I have not seen. And I'm going to change that, and you get to watch. I was talking to my neighbor Ken, who's lived on this body of water for many years, and he has tons of boats, and I can have my pick of them and take whatever I want across. Except for the John boat that sinks, that'd be no fun. So tomorrow evening, I'm going to, with his help, take out his canoe. It's a 2-person canoe, but can easily be manned by 1 person, and I'm going to navigate my lake and get to the other side. So, we'll see about that.
You've got ice to deal with. It's going to make it even harder. Alright. When you go with 2 people, that's the front seat, so that person faces forward, and that's the back seat. But when you go with 1 person, you sit in the back seat, so your weight's more centered.
No, I'm good. I went out onto the water from Ken's dock in the late afternoon. The water, since there's nothing big feeding it or going away from it, there was no really strong current. I think at the middle of the lake, the deepest it might get is about 4 feet that I could tell. There was vegetation throughout that I had to navigate, and that couldn't have grown from deep depths. Landing on the other side of the lake was easy. I just got up some momentum and got onto the shore, and from there dragged the boat. And on the other side, once I got out and started walking, is absolutely beautiful. I would love to see it in the summertime. There are stone walls that look very old and beautiful and stretching as far as I could tell in either direction. One thing that made my exploration cut a little short was I came across a, what is it called? A deer stand? In other words, I found where the hunters like to hang out, and that is not where I want to hang out, seeing that I was wearing not orange or anything bright. Is there any way to find out how thick the ice is and if it's safe to walk on? No? The ice looks like it's a couple inches thick. At least right here where there's no current. this is where I stop. You can see the ice around here is thinner. And this is where I do not go any further.